So a very short recording to uh, demonstrate a hack that I invented for myself today. Uh, the hack, I get my emacs started up. I've put commented out in my .emacs file, but here it is. Emacs uncomment region. So we're going to define a variable called pictures, which is nil. We're going to go one further and we're going to start a loop. And in this loop, what we're doing is we're waiting for kills from the copy paste Windows buffer, this is Windows 10, um, until we get a paste that is a string stop. And when we get a string, we're going to look for, well, we're going to see that it's a string, and then we're going to see if we have a position where we find C colon in that string, and then we're going to see if that position is 0, namely it's at the beginning of the string. And then if all that's true, um, unless we already have this in the pictures list using an equal p-test, we're going to push this onto the pictures list. Then we're going to sit for a little bit so that we don't continuously spin. And finally, when we have gotten the stop, we'll return pictures. Uh, so I'm going to go to a directory of some pictures of my own. I'm going to run the little Windows viewer on it, and I can, move back and forth and do things. But when I have a picture that I want to keep or capture in this way, I just type Control-Shift-C, and that copies the file path to the clipboard. And now let's get this one, and this one, and this one. These are all pictures of mine, so there's no issue. That's enough, probably. So then we go back, have another Emacs over here. I made a W to copy stop on there. And now back in our Emacs here, I got a list of pictures. And so then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sort them. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look for each one of those buffer in order. Um, uh, and it left me at the last one that it found. So I want to just go back to the scratch buffer. And then here, this is the slideshow-like thing. I'm going to inhibit redisplay, go for in the buffer in the picture buffers. I'm going to switch that buffer. And I'm also going to call it image transform fit to window, which is what I think it's SI does if you are in an image buffer and you type it. Then it's going to wait for 3 seconds, and then at the end, after it's gotten through all the buffers, it's going to switch back to scratch. So if I go to the end of this guy and say Control X, Control E, we have our, I think, 4 or 5 images. Anyway, I invented this because I was looking through a large pile of different pictures, wanting to select a smaller subset out of which to pick for a specific purpose. And this was a convenient way to just be able to, move back and forth. And if I moved back and forth and picked the same one, I wouldn't have it there twice. So anyway, that's my example. I will return you to your SVG analog clock in Emacs.